Can a safety rail really keep Colby from having a safety violation at the silo? Probably not. Hey everybody, welcome back to Atomic Underground. This is the first time we've used the gantry crane for actual operational purposes. We had loaded it up to about 700 pounds with buckets and dirt and gravel, and it did work, but operationally 4 to 5 buckets is pretty good. As it approaches this pipe here, we end up having to stop the crane because as the pallet spins, it catches underneath the pipe. So that's something that we're going to have to bolt off to the side there. That pipe was always going to be temporary. It just hasn't been replaced yet. I made the pallet before heading out to the site. It's not permanent. The eye hooks should be through the top and supported underneath. Unfortunately, I didn't have long enough eye bolts at the time, but it works fine. This was one of several major projects we got done last weekend, and we're getting a safety rail put around the access portal's elevator shaft. Once again this month we have Colby out on site helping. Gary was also there, but he didn't end up in much of the video. And we also have Matt, who's a fellow airline pilot who actually flew out from Philadelphia to help. We ended up using 4x4s for the verticals and 2x6s for the railings. I went with a middle railing at the 2-foot level, and then the top railing is a little bit high at the 4-foot level, but it makes a nice place to mount cameras and look down into the silo. Next month I'm going to add a gate on one of the sides of the railing so that we can get the pallet in and out. I was just trying to improve the safety by putting it up quickly on this trip. I'll sit back, watch the next few minutes of us putting together the railing, and then I will be back. As we finish up the construction of the safety railing here, just wanted to take a minute. The gantry crane you see at the far end there towards that building, we actually took, when it was loaded up with 700 pounds, we slid it down to the end fairly abruptly to where it hit the end and stopped, just to make sure that my beliefs of the gantry crane were correct, and the gantry didn't move at all. At the end of the day, I also brought our pressure washer, air compressor, and everything up and moved it into my truck from the gantry. That works very well. So what I'm looking to do is put a gate probably on both sides, one so that I can bring the pallet to where you see it right now, and one so that I can bring things on and off of a truck in that direction. Although the gantry crane does go in both directions. We could have one truck on each side for loading metal and other stuff. And of course, right here is the problem with safety systems. People climb up on them. So Colby went and made a safety violation by climbing up the safety rail. This is probably going to be one of the last times that you get to see a lot of the outside of the portal for at least a little while. So I figured I would talk about some of the other stuff you can see in the video there. We still have to make a better hatch for the personnel stairs there on the left. It's still fairly temporary, but we do have a padlock on it to keep people out. The orange fan you can see on the right, we have 3 of those we're able to run. We're not doing any welding or plasma cutting or anything right now, so 1 is more than enough to ventilate out the launch control center. And that's the loud noise you can hear in most of our videos. And of course, right after putting the railing up, I had to take it down so that we could get the pallet out and dump stuff on the ground on the side there. Starting to backfill around the access portal so that it will be level with the terrain. We will not have enough dirt inside the launch control center to do that, so eventually we're going to bring in a dozer and level out the property. We'll see you on the next episode. You're not bleeding, you're not working, right? That's right. You broke it! Your fault.